PDM is a very useful tool for keeping track of your CAD data and so on. And a lot of small to medium-sized businesses can't really afford it for a number of reasons. One, there is a higher IT overhead that comes with it. And two, the implementation is extremely expensive and labor intensive. And some of the reasons for that are that firstly, you need to go through and map all your properties that you want to keep from your CAD files. And then two, you need to plan everything out and build your workflows on how you want it. This usually needs to be done up front, and quite often it's much easier to get going on something and then plan when you need to make changes. And the second part of that is that you need to do a lot of preparation before you do your import, and the types of tasks that you need to do is make sure the properties that are required within the PDM system are existing in the CAD files and the data that you need to use are in the right fields. You will need to go through all of your existing files and check for missing links, so assemblies where parts are not in the right place and it's lost its link, and you need to ensure that there are no duplicates in the system, as typically this can cause problems. Finally, the import quite often needs to be done by a specialist, and obviously that costs a lot of money. So the whole process can take months to get set up, and PDM Studio does away with a lot of that, and I'll take you through how we can sort of avoid some of those issues and get up and running really quick. So let's now compare that with how we bring PDM Studio into the equation. PDM Studio has been set up with no customizations apart from the user that I'm going to use. And if we go into document queries and do a query, you'll find that it's got no data. Also, if we look at properties, so the blue indicates the custom properties, and I'm going to create a property called supplier, and as you can see, these are alphabetical, and there isn't one here that satisfies that. So if we then look at a folder that we want to bring in, this is a simple project, and it's just an actuator clamp. Link 2 has been taken out of this folder. You'll see that we've also got a draft of the assembly in here as well. So you can see that the link 2 file is in the folder above. So just to prove the fact that it will bring in any property that exists already, I will go in and go to properties on this piston file. I go to custom, and you can see that we've got a supplier property in here. So in most systems that won't get brought in unless you've already predefined all of those properties that are going to get brought in. In this case, we are not doing the preparation to find the missing document as well. So if we go into PDM Studio, we just go to Manage and User Documents. So we pick the folder that the files are in. It's going to check subfolders, but in this case, the files are in the folder above, so it's not going to find the one in question, and it's going to import links. So if you've copied the file and it still holds on to the link of where it was originally stored, it will still pull that in anyway. Go next. This is now building a list of files that are in that folder or subfolders. So it's just going through and just checking those. If you have other files in here that you don't want to import, you have a filter option on the previous screen which you can use. We go next and specify our import options, and you'll see that what we have is a create new. So this is clever import. You can either set up PDM Studio so that it will look at the full path, and if it finds that in another assembly, it will recognize that it's already been imported, or you can just work off the file name itself. As you can see, we have the recognition that there is a file that should be there, but it can't find it, so it's not going to import that. So we go next, and this is the PDM database required information. You see that it requires a revision text, so I'm just going to add imported, and you can see that we've got two templates, one for non-master, which is the draft documents, and then the master documents as well. So I just need to click on the header there and go fill, and likewise on here I've still got that value in there. I can either go fill empty, so if you've got other fields in here that already have values, we can just fill the empty ones, or we can just go fill again, and then we go finish. And what it does is it builds an internal file name and imports it into the system, and you'll see that we are missing the link to. We also have the full assembly structure that we can see, and you can see that that file is still missing. So it allows us to bring it in, and if you've got a lot of data, it would take a hell of a long time to go through all of those, check them, and find all the missing data. Like in an unmanaged system, this still allows for missing files, and you can go and fix them up afterwards. You'll also see that the draft shows you that it is linked to the assembly, and then obviously the assembly has all of the parts in it as well. So you can see we have a where used option in here. So that sort of shows you immediately where files are used. Likewise, if I go on one of the files within assembly, it tells me that that's within a assembly file as well. So you can see that it's all nice and controlled, and it's all managed as you would expect from a PDM system. So just to take this to the next level, if we go into the assembly file, we can go back to our home tab, and it recognizes the file type. So if we go open, we've got that associated with Solid Edge. So when you open Solid Edge, you will find that the similar as an unmanaged system, it reports that the file is missing. So what we need to do is just fix that up. So we can go and do a search and find a path that we want to look in. So if we go into our PDM Studio training files folder, that's going to be our path that it wants to look in. I'll add that in, search and replace. It now finds link to. So we need to go back to our PDM Studio tab. So you can see that we are linked in here. We can go check in and close. So that is going to then check in that missing part, or we can go check in, check out, and basically that stores the file within the system and leaves it open. So we'll go check in and close. Initially, it's going to just ask me to log back in. So this is once only. It just needs to define the link again. And then it's going to go through that same process where it will ask for that file to be loaded. So if we do a refresh in here, and it tells me that that is been imported but hasn't had its data set. So we can just go and type that in to match the others, and then we go finish, and we now have that part installed. So you're not bogged down with doing a lot of pre-preparation. It will manage stuff. If we had that part already in the system, we could just do a search within PDM Studio and load it from there rather than from the operating system. And if we go to our piston and go to edit, so this is edit properties, and if we look at our properties in here, you'll see that we now have that supplier property has been built on the fly and is there ready to use from now on. So there's no pre-preparation required on that either. So as you can see, PDM Studio is a really nice tool that allows you to build your data up as you need to, get comfortable with it, and then you can start building your own custom workflows and stuff as you become more familiar with the system. So yeah, the cost for this is far reduced from what a lot of the PDM systems are.